Happy New Year. This is Carolyn Pitts with Intendwell. Thank you for joining me. It's that time of year where a lot of New Year's resolutions are being made. So I thought to start off January, I would do a few videos to talk about how to be successful with transformational change in your life. Today's video covers my first two tips. But before we get started, I want to share a little pet peeve with you. I'm not a big fan of New Year's resolutions. The word resolution denotes a decision, a point in time. And making transformational change is more of a journey. There is going to be setbacks, there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be times when we need to step back and rethink our path forward. And that's why I like the word intention better. Also, intentions can be done any time of year, every moment of every day. You can go back to your intention and pick up where you left off. Whereas resolutions tend to be more, well, I didn't make it. I fell off the wagon in January, so it didn't work out for me, and we tend to give up. Okay, now let's dive in. Tip number 1, simple, but not always easy. Be kind to yourself. Think about a small child learning to walk. They pull themselves up, they totter around a little bit, and wham, down they go on their keister. Now, does that little child say, well, I tried walking and it just didn't work out for me. I'm a failure at it, so I might as well give up? No. That little child sets that intention to walk on 2 legs like everyone else and keeps on trying until they not only master it, but walk around without even thinking about it anymore. It goes from taking a lot of effort to not taking any effort at all. And assuming that you're not still crawling around on all fours, you were once that child, and you once set that intention, and you mastered the ability to walk on 2 feet, and you're still doing it today. So you can be successful with setting intentions. You've done it before, and you can do it again. Tip number 2, notice your habits. Whether you want to be healthier, wealthier, or wiser in 2023, achieving your intention is going to involve changing your habits. Either there's a habit that you have that you want to stop doing, or there's a habit that you want to cultivate. And changing our habits is hard. Not because of lack of willpower, not because of strength of character. It's biology. See, nature designed us to stay alive. And so our natural instinct is to stick with what we know. Think of our ancient ancestors. They're walking through the woods, they see a strange plant, they pick it up, they eat it, and assuming that mushroom doesn't kill them, they now know that this is a pattern of behavior that is safe and therefore becomes repeated. Now, humans have evolved, but our tendency for patterns, for habits, has persisted. So I'll give you an example. There are 5 grocery stores near my house, but I always go to the same one. I always park on the same side of the lot. I always follow my same route through the store, picking up the same brands of the same products so I can come home and make the same meals. It's a pattern of behavior that, as we repeat it over time, I don't even have to think about it anymore. Sometimes I just go on autopilot. The route you take to drive to work. Have you ever gotten in the car, started driving, you're thinking about things, next thing you know, you're at work because you just went on autopilot and drove the car without even thinking about it. Imagine you're hiking a trail through the forest. The path is clear. It's easy to see where you're putting your feet. It's easy to see forward where you're going. it's easy walking. Changing a habit is like stepping off the trail into uncharted territory. There's layers of leaves obscuring the ground, so it's hard to see where we're putting our feet. We have to navigate around fallen trees and thorn bushes. It's uncomfortable. It's unpredictable. And our bodies go on high alert and say, this may not be safe because I can't predict where I'm putting my feet and I can't predict how I'm moving forward. So my suggestion is to start paying attention to your habits. When are those times where you just go on autopilot and you go through the motions without even thinking about it? We talked about driving to work. You probably have habits around getting ready to go somewhere in the morning. Start making a list of those. And then what I want you to do, write them down. And then what I want you to do is look at those habits and see which of those could conflict with your New Year intention. So do you have a habit of when you walk in the door after work, you flop in the chair and grab a beer? Okay, that might be something you do so often you don't even think about it anymore. But if your intention involves reducing alcohol consumption or cutting back on calories or getting more activity, that habit may be at odds with your intention. So spend some time identifying those. And in a few days, come back and join me and we'll talk about how to overcome those autopilot moments so that you can be successful with your intentions. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful day. And remember, the best things in life are intentional.